So we're transitioning now to the next part of our program. Still thinking about how we can push our impact out into the world from within the business schools. So we want to keep the energy level going. For those of you that are from Australia, it's now Thursday, so it's nearly the weekend, so you can get excited about that. And this next section is going to be focusing on how we utilize technology in order to amplify our voice and impact into the external world and reach more parts of society. So it's called Connecting for Digital Impact. So for those of you that are not strongly tech savvy, I would say don't worry. We're not going to go into Java coding or anything like that. But what we are going to do is illustrate some great examples of how technology can be embraced and then utilized effectively within the business schools. So we have some initial comments from Dr. Christiane Molina. She's a research professor from Mexico, and she'll give us some opening thoughts before we move through with some examples. So thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. Well, it's hard to keep up with the energy that you bring to this space. I will do my best. So first of all, greetings to everyone who are gathered here in person, but all of you who are connected online. I hope that you had some coffee, some tea, something to drink, or even just stretching so that you keep energized throughout this day of a great program that the organizing team has for us. And well, as I prepare for these 10 minutes up here, I was thinking about which word could describe how I feel being here in general, being here in New York, being here at the Global Forum. And the word that came to my mind was grateful. Grateful for being alive, grateful for being with friends, grateful for being able to meet people who I've been talking to for these past 3 years, online, meeting them in 3D is completely different, being able to hug them, and well, speaking in person is awesome. So I'm also thrilled, and I think I'm speaking loudly enough for you to get the sense of feeling thrilled to be here in this space to introduce these following sessions on this track of Connecting for Digital Impact. So I'm a really big fan of understanding the meaning of things, and I usually start also my courses, my sessions, trying to focus on the words and what they mean for us. So first of all, connection. Connection, and I was looking at the dictionary because it's also helpful for me, who I'm not a native speaker of English, to understand whether the words mean the same in both languages, Spanish and English, right? So gladly, connection or connecting means the same thing, so no trouble there. And the words I found in the dictionary were, first of all, relationships. And I think this was a topic that emerged in most of the sessions that we had until this moment, especially the one that we had in the morning, talking about system change and systems. We cannot avoid talking about relationships. So that's a central aspect of systems. We also have been talking about feelings and emotions, and I think also our similar emotions, our similar concerns bring us together and help us build these relationships, right? And perhaps in the management world, business world, feelings, we are not used to talk about them or even let others know what we are experiencing in the moment, but I'm really glad and I feel very comfortable here sharing mine with all of you. There's also a lot to do with affinity, and sometimes these connections, when you find someone who has similar thoughts and interests, it happens spontaneously, as if, I don't know, some higher power maybe put you in that place. And finally, other things like granting access to something, communication, and now talking about the word digital. Yes, it means technology, but I think the word digital also got a different meaning, or we gave it a different meaning some years ago. So it seems like ages, but just 3 years ago in 2020, we did not choose to go into the digital world and connect with our students and do most of the things that we were doing already, our daily activities, through these different technologies that enable us to keep connected and to keep on teaching and doing all the things that we were used to in our institutions. So it probably took a different meaning for everyone and each one of you. And because we were not choosing that, we were forced to engage in through those means. I think like everyone were giving their best effort, and I think everyone should also receive some recognition. So my applause to everyone in this room, everyone connected at home, and all of those who got to experience this in the past. But it was not all bad, right? I think everyone could agree with me that we were able to learn, it enabled us to explore and generate different initiatives and even improve our teaching skills and other skills through the digital platforms that we use in our universities. Thinking about what lies ahead, I think there's a lot of more opportunities to tackle. And I think we now perhaps feel more comfortable with this. Now we can choose what we work with. But most of all, we have opportunities because as relationships are a big element of system and system transformation, we heard this in the previous panels, this has triggered, and we are part of a big change, a big transformation in education, right? We are able to perhaps democratize education. Some of our colleagues are going to talk about that. But democratizing education and perhaps even exploring the digital world further, but not forgetting about things such as empathy, emotions, right? So giving a human touch in these connections that we will build through the digital realm. We are going to also hear in the following sessions about how the digital space help us connect and get access to experiences from others. We are going to understand how we can share obstacles that might be deterring people from advancing and in their impact that they want to achieve in the world. We're also going to hear about how we can, perhaps using technology, using the digital space, are able to exchange experiences, exchange the progress that we are making to inspire others and to get inspired as well. I think I still have more time, but since I run out of words, I would invite you to take the opportunity to scale impact through the immense possibilities that we find in the digital space, and perhaps know that you don't have to do it alone. You have a colleague right next to you or in front of you or in this room that will be gladly helping you. So thank you and enjoy the sessions.